Dan, you ready?
I think so.
Last one.
Ready when you are.
Alright, so we're in December 2022. It's the final month. Almost done with another entire year. Now, for me, 2022 had a lot of good, had some bad, but over Thanksgiving break, when we were preparing for the speech, I had a lot of time to think about what I wanted to do. I realized this year's been very creative for me. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about creative outlets, and the research has backed up why they're so beneficial. As Camille mentioned, we're heading into a stressful time with finals. Creative outlets are a great way to manage and fight that stress. So to start off, I want to start with an experiment from the Journal of Social Experimental Psychology. Now, they had participants in an activity where they tossed beanbags at a target. They introduced stressors and found that the amount of stress that a person had directly correlated to the amount that they overthrew. So the more stressed you were, the more you overthrew. It's this really interesting dynamic where stress has physical results. They wanted to experiment how creativity affected us. So they had participants do a creative task and a practical task. They found that those who engaged in a creative task were 6 times more accurate than those who engaged in a practical task. Creativity has the possibility to lower stress, the physical results of stress, 6 times more than doing a practical task. Now, the first example of a creative outlet I found this year is painting. By no means am I Picasso. I'm not dropping out of Baylor to become a painting, but it's something I found to really enjoy. As time's gone on, I think I've gotten a little better, and I've just found, all right, I could take half an hour away from my schoolwork, work on this, just focus my mind, gives me time to think, and really enjoy what I'm doing. Now, there's a researcher, his name's Mark Runco. He's been doing research for the past 30 years and is one of the most well-known psychologists in the area of creativity. In all his years, he's kind of summed up his work of how creativity affects us in 4 main points. There's increases in problem solving, adaptability, self-expression and actualization, and overall health. Creative outlets, creative tasks, creativity in general, they have these benefits. They allow us, as we're going into finals, problem solving. It's going to help you do well in your finals. Adaptability. If you have a change in your schedule, you'll be more equipped to change with that schedule. Self-expression and actualization means you are finding more of who you are within yourself, and you're also setting higher goals that you want to achieve for yourself. And then overall health. As Camille mentioned, there's so many great benefits of lowering stress. The second category of creative outlet that I found this year, something I kind of categorized myself, is work with my hands. Now, in the beginning of the year, January, I found a rusty axe head in my grandma's garage. I've never done anything with axes before. Let's see what I can do. I restored an axe. I bought a handle, bought wedges, sanded it down, sharpened it, had some fun with it, and got to see what I could do. Another thing, I'm convinced that my backyard this year in my house is full of treasure. I was digging a fire pit one day and found this 30, 40-pound cast iron grill buried in my backyard. Don't know, have no explanation for it. But this is another creative outlet. I soaked it in vinegar to get some of the rust off. You see, I used steel wool to get the rest off, and I kind of just found this to be something I really enjoy doing. Not exactly sure what it is, but I found it in my backyard. So the next part of the next benefit of creativity I want to talk about is pro-social behavior and emotional freedom. Researchers also found that when you engage in creative tasks, you're more likely to engage in conversations that are deeper and meaningful with other people. You're more likely to experience emotional freedom, not being so weighed down by your own emotions that you forget the emotions of others. So with that being said, I want to go into the third, final creative outlet that not necessarily new to me this year, but something I've continued this year, and that's taking pictures. Now, all these pictures were taken in Waco, but taking pictures for me is something I've done for a very long time. It's something I enjoy a lot. I love trying to picture the things in my head, capture it with my camera, and then sitting down afterwards and going through Lightroom, editing the photos has been something I absolutely just love doing. Now, ending with probably the most favorite photo I've ever taken, the Northern Lights in Iceland under the Milky Way. There's one final thing I want to conclude with. Throughout these research studies, there's been evidence to suggest that when evaluation and social pressure are introduced to to creative tasks, all those positive benefits completely disappear. That means when you are doing something creative, whatever it is, for a grade or for the approval of others, all those positive benefits that we talked about are no longer there. You actually have increases in stress, increases in the overall feelings of stress and those physical reactions that we talked about in the beginning. So as we're going into finals, I want to help you guys. Find something creative, explore, pick up painting, and you don't have to be good at it, you just have to enjoy it. But remember to do this for yourself and yourself only. It's not going to be for the approval of others to show off. That's not going to help you. Thank you.
We should have a painting competition.